I had this epiphany the other day, and it was a strong one, namely that the way the world uses B2B marketing agencies is just wrong. And not only is it wrong, it's disadvantageous for you as a company owner or as somebody running marketing or revenue operations in the long run. And I've gone almost as far as to state that these cooperations and the way that you make deals with companies, with agencies, is almost morally wrong. Okay, and I'm going to explain. Okay, back a couple months ago, I was having this conversation with our very first client, with Clear's very first client. And the cooperation was great, and we were just planning the next 6 to 12 months. And very early in the conversation, he shocked me by saying, "You know what, Dan? We are so totally over dependent on you, and it's making me nervous, and it's pissing me off." And I just completely paused and swallowed. And I was like, "What? Excuse me?" And then he explained. And in the end, he was right. I told him he was right, but this is what he told me. Back about a year ago, we started this marketing thing with you guys. We thought we don't need that much marketing because sales is going to do much of the client getting operations, and we just need marketing to make us look good. And as time went along, we realized that marketing is actually a strategic pillar in our company. And having all the knowledge and processes and everything sitting with you guys, the agency, outside of my control as a company owner is making me kind of nervous. In fact, it's freaking me out. So what can we do about this? And again, I swallowed. It's not it's not like a compliment. It's not a pat on the back. Well, it is a pat on the back because we've grown the importance of marketing to like this high strategic level from something that was sort of a nice to have in a couple of months, and it was getting results. So it's sort of a compliment, but I was scratching my head. But I had to realize and admit to him that, dude, you are right, because marketing is in fact a strategic asset. And as you pick up speed with your growth department, you're going to have to start to build this thing out by yourself. And because it's strategic, it does make sense to have a few or more of the marketing puzzle, pieces of the marketing puzzle in-house. Okay? And so this is what we agreed on. We said that we as a marketing agency are going to start acting more and more as a consultancy. And that means that we're actually going to be doing a lot more education and hand-holding and strategic advising than actual execution over the coming weeks and months, or especially the coming months and years. Okay, so the more mature their marketing organization is, obviously the more they're going to insource from us in as far as execution, and the more importance our strategic guidance and our function as a fractional CMO is going to be. And this was a huge epiphany because I thought about it that, my goodness, like this is the way that most marketing agencies are wired. I mean, this is not the way that most marketing agencies are wired. They're wired to like sell more and more and more and more services to the client and stick around with their services as long as it is possible, humanly possible for them. So what ends up happening is that companies become overly reliant and almost addicted to agencies. And when you look at them from afar, you see that, okay, it's a marketing agency, is working for the clients. So like looking at it from a distance, you see two boats going almost in the same direction, or pretty much in the same direction. But over time, as the marketing maturity of the company grows, and as the agency and client get closer and closer together and cooperate more and more, what you actually start seeing is that these two boats, they're not actually going in the exact same direction. They're somewhat like diverging, and the further on they go, the further they're going to diverge, which means they're not headed in the same harbor. And that's just wrong. And I mean, I believe that when you work with a partner, especially a strategically important partner, you got to be headed in the exact same direction. In fact, it's best if you're like sitting in the same boat and rowing in the same direction. So I started thinking, and I wrote this semi-emotional post on LinkedIn, to which, to my delight, a nice little conversation started, and I got some very valuable feedback from other consultants and company leaders on how agencies and consultancies should be working with technology companies. Like, what's the best structure? And it turned out to be a pretty good conversation. And what we came down to, what I distilled, what I boiled down from all of this, is that your strategic partners, so if you are a technology company looking to grow your marketing organization, and you obviously need a partner because you're not yet at that high level of maturity where you just outsource a few little tasks and all the control and all the strategy is in-house. Well, before you get there, the type of partner you want to be looking for will have three qualities. They'll be good at execution, they will understand strategy in your industry, and they will take on teaching. Okay, so to go over these three. Execution, it's the easiest. It's the stuff that you need to get done in order to make the strategy work. Okay, the second leg, strategy, is basically keeping an eye on the market and on the customers, and basically, readjusting your direction and sensing the wind and keeping you on the right track and helping you plan ahead and helping you make sense of everything that's going on in and around your industry in terms of growth. Okay, and the third leg, which is teaching, is something that is, in my opinion, is totally overlooked in our industry with B2B agencies. It's totally overlooked because on the surface it looks like that your agency is not incentivized, or you as an agency owner are not incentivized to teach your client, because then you're going to be replaced sooner or later. And while that is true, I think it's in everybody's interest that the agency teaches the client and makes them more independent and be able to manage stuff on their own. Okay, it's just like when you go to a physician, their job, their moral obligation is to cure you and not have you live on drugs and not have you be dependent on constant supervision. Okay, their job is to heal you and to get you off of medication and medical care. So the solution to this dilemma on how to choose an agency and what sort of a relationship to foster with an agency is this. Initially, with little marketing or no marketing going on in your company, you're going to want to have somebody who leads you, and you're probably going to want to outsource most or all of marketing operations. Okay, so that's the beginning stages. And then as you mature, you're going to need your partner, your strategic partner, to consult you on how to hire and onboard and grow a marketing team, a marketing operations team. Okay, and when you're super mature, you're going to need strategic advisors to keep you up to date and to help you make sense of things that are going on in and around your industry. Okay, and I believe that this is like the long-term win-win setup, the long-term win-win scenario, and this is what will keep you and the marketing agency slash consultancy slash training company rowing in the same direction, pretty much on the same ship, in the same boat with you.